So then, we are back with more understandings from the time of the Second Tabernacle services, where we find the Aramaic English translation of the Word. This translation comes from the original manuscripts of the prophets of the Israelic lineage. So then we can understand the time of the end. As per Yeshayahu the prophet, we find layers of understanding of the spring feast, the Aurum feast, and also the returning of the cities of the Machiach laid waste from many centuries. As we read then Yeshayahu the prophet, we always make a reference of this great prophet because he was truly a person very linked with the Creator himself, and he gave us many understandings of his time, the time of the end, the time of the restoration period, the birth of the Mashiach himself, and also the 1,000 years of the Mashiach and post-Autumn feast. So it's a very important prophet. The only situation is he was at some point became hated by his own people and he was murdered. So then, as we can understand, comes a point where knowledge is extremely important. When a person is not ready for this understanding, then a person takes some actions that is against the holy instructions, such as the death of the prophet Yeshayahu. He gave many understandings of future events, and unfortunately people did not know how to handle it. And rather than advancing the knowledge and understanding and studying it, they were angry at him, and then ended up dying because of the ignorance of Israel at that time. So then, we surely do not want to destroy prophets. Certainly we want to understand the holy instructions and always be motivating those who are having these revelations and understandings, because it's for the benefit of many people yet coming to the faith and then coming to the knowledge of the Savior himself. But because people, they want prestige and a position in the world, sometimes they do have schemes and they like to plot, and they want to stay on edge of the situation because they want to make sure there is enough space for them to make their mark in this society or in the age we are living in. And sometimes they neglect staying with those who truly understand the holy instructions. So they make an exchange for forward motion as far as making a name for oneself, and also rejecting those who are having more to give of the holy instructions. So then, let's evaluate what's going on as far as the world, and then Daniel, the 11th chapter. Because as a person becomes closer to the Creator himself, a person then always studies the holy instructions and the prophets. But then there is a balance of, in quote, chewing so much of what was already explained versus understanding guidance and directing the nations. So then, what is convenient for a person not to confront the world and then chewing up once again teachings that were taught for centuries, or staying on the path and then teaching other people and guiding the nations during this time of truly upheaval? We have to answer ourselves. So then, as far as Daniel the 11th chapter, what's going on then? Very importantly, the sons of Ishmael are coming together. There is obviously a very important union of Qatar and Egypt, as it was explained before many times. And over again said these very many times. The Chinese system is coming, the Chinese system is coming, and people were laughing at it. People were making jokes out of it. And then the time came, and the time frame was even gave before. It was absolutely true. I would like to find those gentlemen and those who were laughing at it, because truly they have nothing to say. So then, at this point in time, we are then observing Cairo and then Qatar coming as one. Said many times before, in many videos before, that Egypt must become the headquarters of the sons of Ishmael. And sure enough, This information came from a very reliable source, comes from the Reuters, very important British newspaper, and it's a very fresh information regarding these linking of the sons of Ishmael. So then, those people who do not have a clue as far as where the world is heading towards, it's because they are lost. So it's not only studying what went on in the past, but then studying what's coming up in the future, either learning from the holy instructions or learning from the world itself. The Gentile world is absolutely depicted with very high precision as far as the holy instructions are concerned, most importantly Daniel. As it was explained before many times, Egypt must become then the headquarters of the sons of Ishmael, and the Soviet Union must arm them very thoroughly, so then later on they march south then to wage war. So then, if people they want the mamby-pamby, other kinds of teachings that were taught for so many times, if they don't spend the time with those who are having these understandings properly set, then truly people are becoming redundant. It is true that a person should learn more of the holy instructions, but then it is also important understanding where this world is heading towards. Must have a balance of them both. So this fresh news is absolutely exciting because it's given us then the absolutely certainty of these nations then coming together for war. Next time we're going to evaluate more, because more information is coming from the East and the new system of China as linking up the world as a time frame was already given. So please stay tuned, much more coming up.